Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about some of the things that I did to help get my first 250 subscribers. They're pretty simple things. I found them from several sources around the web and just with some experimentation. I think you could do them too. So stay tuned here and we'll get to those, but please do me a big favor and like and subscribe. That will really help me grow this channel to that critical 1,000 subscriber mark. Okay, you just saw the first thing that I did. I asked you to like and subscribe. I try to start all my videos with a little bit of an intro, and I ask people to subscribe in that, and then I do the same at the end of the video. Sometimes I do a little summary and ask people to like and subscribe as well. A lot of people will actually like and subscribe just because you ask them to. Okay, that brings up the second way. When I was early on in the channel and I had 0 subscribers besides maybe myself on another channel or under another account, I would actually just ask people that I knew, friends, family, to subscribe. I was driving for Uber and Lyft, and if I had a really good conversation with someone, I felt like we connected and maybe talked about something that I would be talking about on my channel later, I actually would give them a card and just personally ask them to subscribe. I probably got my first 20 subscribers like that. Because let's face it, who wants to subscribe to a channel with 0 subscribers? Probably not very many people, right? So even if you have just a few subscribers, I kind of think that helps to attract other subscribers. The next tip I would give you for growing your channel and growing your subscriber base is to try out a bunch of different video topics. You probably don't know what's going to work right out of the gate. I certainly didn't. The first video I posted was a how-to video about how to make a Faraday cage out of an ammo can. I basically aggregated a lot of information that I had found while doing my research on this project and compiled it into a video, mainly just to be useful if others wanted to try it out as well, or maybe even add something to the project in the form of comments to help make the project better. I had posted that, let it stay out there for about a year, and it got about 1,000 clicks or views, kind of more than I thought it would since it was my first YouTube video. After that year went by, I thought that I might actually want to make a channel, and I put a whole lot of time and effort into a 2-part series on back pain. That's something I've struggled with quite a bit in my life, and I found a lot of things to fix it actually that I thought could be helpful. That was knowledge that I had gained over about 10 years of experience. Today my back's in probably the best shape it's been in 10 or 20 years. But anyway, that has a ton of useful information, and I thought it would get a lot of views, and it really hasn't. I think it's gotten maybe 150 views or so in the last year. So it's really been disappointing for me considering how much work and time I put into that video. However, I've done some other topics that I didn't think would get as many views, and they did. We got a Peloton bike back a few years ago, and I did a video on it. I did a comparison to the Nordic Track S22i that we had for a while as well. And that comparison video got 40,000 views. We actually ended up getting rid of that Nordic Track. We didn't like it as well, went back to Peloton. I made a video about that as well, and I think it got 36,000 views. So I thought the Peloton videos would do well, but I did not think that they would do nearly as well as they have. Some of the other topics that I've hit were some other do-it-yourself videos. Sometimes those are pretty easy just to document what you're doing. I know that if I'm going to do any projects, I like to watch some YouTube videos and get some tips. Sometimes that one little tip you get from a video can save you a lot of time, money, or pain or frustration. So they've been immensely helpful to me, so I try to make some of those when I'm doing a project as well. Some of the other stuff I did was home networking. I had a couple projects on that. Those have gotten quite a bit of views. We bought a Jeep back in July, and so I started making some videos about that. Those actually haven't gotten near as many views as I thought they would. However, this last weekend we went out and ran across a bunch of guys in some Toyota 4-wheel drives climbing over this kind of crazy rock obstacle out in the national forest. And so I videoed it and I posted that, and that thing has gotten a lot of views. It's gotten, when I say a lot of views for my channel, which would be a few hundred views per day. And another topic that I hit was I had a one-wheel skateboard, an electric skateboard I bought at the beginning of the pandemic back this spring. I rode it for a day and promptly crashed it. But anyway, I made about a 20-minute video on that, and that's gotten a ton of views. So just try a bunch of different topics. You probably have several that you could cover, and you might be surprised which videos get the subscribers and which don't. In fact, this is sort of a new genre of video that I'm trying right now, is ones on how to make YouTube videos, how to get subscribers, and whatnot. So give that a shot. Okay, the next tip is really two parts. The first part is to focus on quality. And I know that I've got quite a bit of room for improvement. However, I think some of my later videos have been at least better than some of my first videos. Tried to work on my editing skills, some of the cuts I've tried to work on. The other thing I would also say is to try to give the viewer something of value if you can. In this video, I'm hoping to help you learn how to grow your subscriber base. I have worked on this over the last year and went to several different resources around the web to try to work on this, and so hopefully you won't have to go to as many places as I did, and you can get several tips out of this one video. I did another video on how to save $400 on an iFit subscription, which is a subscription for a treadmill or a bike. So that was something that could possibly save somebody $400. I've done some other videos about when I used to drive for Uber and Lyft on how to save money on that as well. So they're not all just about saving money. Some of them are knowledge, but I'm trying to give the viewer something of value if I can, and I've tried to ramp the quality up. That will really help grow your subscriber base. The next thing would be to respond to all comments. That is a really simple thing you can do that will really help with engagement, which is something that YouTube measures. Also, try to include keywords in your responses if you can. That's a good way to add extra content that Google will pick up on, and it will really pick up on those keywords. Another thing you can do regarding this sort of thing is to love someone's comment. You don't have to love every comment, but the more comments you love, the better, because it's going to send that user an email telling them that you love their comment. A lot of times the user will come back, and that's another chance for them to subscribe. Another tip is that you can comment on similar videos that your viewers might like on another channel. A lot of people read a lot of comments, and if you comment something interesting, not a spam type comment, but just say something interesting, and if you can be one of the first commenters and get towards the top of the comments of someone's channel who's a really big channel, and you could just say something like, hey, that was a great video, you've really inspired me, something along those lines. If you do that from the account of your YouTube channel, your icon will show up, and a lot of times people will click it and it'll bring them to your channel. So that's a way to get people over to your channel, and it works pretty well. The next thing you can do to get more subscribers is work on your thumbnails. I can't stress this one enough. This is a really big deal. If you just use that thumbnail that YouTube gives you automatically by just selecting a frame out of your video, there's a good chance that's not a great frame, and you can do way better than that. And that will lead to a higher conversion rate. You get impressions where they show your thumbnail, and the conversion rate basically is how many clicks through that you get where somebody actually clicks on your thumbnail. And if that conversion rate is low, this is some low-hanging fruit. I'll recommend a piece of software that I found out about. It's not free, but it's relatively cheap. It's called Affinity Photo. It's kind of like a Photoshop clone, but it's $50 one time, I think. I don't think it has that vicious upgrade cycle that Adobe can get you into. Don't get me wrong, Adobe makes some great products, and if they were cheaper, I would use them, but Affinity is a really, really good alternative if you haven't heard of it. The next one kind of goes hand in hand with this. It's some free stock art sites, and you can get images to use for maybe the background of your thumbnails. There's burst.shopify.com, pexels.com, pxfuel.com, and stocksnap.io. And again, I'll put those in the show notes for you as well. But you can get some pretty good images that you can use royalty free for your thumbnails, and you'll do a lot better getting people to click through, and they may become a subscriber if they watch your video, of course. Okay, another thing I did to help grow my subscriber base was simply watch a lot of YouTube how to get more subscriber videos. That's where a lot of this information actually came from. Now, granted, I had to watch a lot of sucky videos, but there were a few gems in there. And I've tried to give you those gems and basically condense it all down from the hours and hours of them that I've watched into hopefully like a 10-minute video or so. In fact, I got the idea from doing milestone videos from one of them, and that's what this is. This is my first milestone video, so we'll see how it works. And I got another idea of using something called TubeBuddy, and I didn't even know what it was till I watched this guy's YouTube video telling me about it. And in fact, in TubeBuddy, it has a screen where you can make the milestone certificate, basically, that I'll be showing on the screen. It is an extension for YouTube, basically for the Chrome browser. And if you'll go to tubebuddy.com/HodgeHub, that would help the channel. If you do get one of the premium memberships, I'd really appreciate that. I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking about joining it, basically the $10 per month level, which if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you can get for basically half that. You can get for $5 a month. And it has a ton of tools. Keywords is one of the big ones that it does. It will help you get a good set of keywords for your videos. Ones that there's data behind rather than just you trying to pick the best ones that you know about. There's several other things on there to help you make good thumbnails, checklists, templates, and it's a freemium model. So basically they give you a couple of the keywords. I think they give you 3 keywords, but you can't see like all 50 or 60 that would be helpful for you to have. So you can use the free side of it and try to get some usage out of that, but really you probably need to upgrade to at least that lower tier to get all the tools. And it's quite comprehensive. I'll probably end up doing a separate video about that, but if you don't know about it, check out tubebuddy.com. And then if you're going to join, please look at joining through the link tubebuddy.com/HodgeHub. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Hey, if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. That's going to help me grow this channel to that critical 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm going to try to put a lot of this information in the video description, so look through that and you'll have a lot of the links. Thanks so much.